This is a Glassbox Media podcast.
You will fail. So what? Everybody does. But your gym, your watch, your yoga pants, they pretend you won't. So when you miss a day, eat the pancakes. Give up on a workout? You failed? Seriously, what the hell? We're Body. We've been a part of that too, but not anymore. At Body, we're rejecting perfection and embracing reality. Not in a Pizza Monday kind of way, in a loving your whole life kind of way. In a, this workout is fun and it's okay if I take a week off kind of way. In an, I'm eating healthy and it's okay if I indulge kind of way. In a, I like myself no matter what kind of way. Yeah, you will fail. We all will. But we're not going to let that be the end. You see that? We're already making progress. So let's keep going. We are Body. Start your free trial at body.com. That's BODI.com.
Welcome, everybody. It is a Shorty's episode.
Hey.
Hello.
This is Cassie.
Keegan.
Christina.
Every time I'm like, is this Russian roulette? Whose turn is it?
I know.
I don't understand. I feel pressure. I have anxiety. I don't know when to say my name. No, it's okay. This is the bed we've made for ourselves.
Yeah.
It's not like anyone told us we had to do it this way.
I'll go first.
Okay, yeah. So welcome to a Shorty episode. This is where we tell kind of like little shorter dating stories that maybe we've submitted or our own stories, and we try to get it all into in like 30 minutes or less.
Yeah.
A great introduction before you commit to a whole episode.
Yeah, if you're like, I don't know if I'm going to like this.
I don't know.
Figure
You
it out.
will, first of all.
Duh.
But yeah, this is a good little taste, a little teaser.
Yeah, it's an appetizer, if you will. Yes,
Yeah,
precisely.
yeah.
Some pizza shooters for your mind.
A moose bouche.
Some horse divorce. Horse divorce for your mouth.
I love it.
Okay, well, I kind of teased on an earlier episode about an ex. And so Christina loves when we share our personal stories.
Dish.
She's like
dish.
literally like out of her seat. Like,
excited.
So this is my just after high school boyfriend. And the reason that I'm even bringing him up was because we were talking about looking people up on Facebook. And I haven't been, connected to this person for years and years. I mean, like he was my first out of high school boyfriend. We dated for quite a few years. I think probably like 3 or 4 years. And it's really a shame receipt on my end. First of all, the reason I'm even bringing him up is because out of nowhere, I noticed that he had friend requested me on Facebook recently. And I was like, this is fucking bizarre.
Dude, cuffing season brings out everybody, man.
He's married. And so
Does not matter.
Well, he also lives in like Louisiana. So it's not
Does not matter.
He wants that virtual cuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he ain't gonna get it from here.
Long distance cuff.
No, it's not
shit.
gonna happen. But
We all lift rocks from time to time. We're like,
What's under here?
what's under here?
yeah.
Is there something?
Well, maybe that's what it is because I mean, he's even liked some of my stuff lately, and I hold nothing. I mean, like we had a very post high school relationship.
Okay.
The things that you do when you're young and dumb and
I'm so
18,
team,
19, 20.
I'm truly team like get the fuck over it. As far as like
Yeah.
No,
Wow.
not that.
Dude.
Not like directed at you. I just mean like people hold so much.
That's so harsh coming out of your mouth. It's
No,
just a fantasy. I'm team, get the fuck over it.
No, it's just because because okay, let me explain myself.
Okay.
I feel this way because people get really weird about being like, "Oh my god, someone you dated in high school."
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that must be so. And I'm like, he's a different person.
Yeah,
I'm a different person.
Right.
Yeah.
It's basically like you're two strangers meeting right now,
Yeah,
and I understand
exactly.
that there's like
We are
history
team
there.
over it. Let's
and
put it
whatever,
that way.
yeah,
We
it's-
are. Yeah.
To me, I'm just kind of like,
But I have
it's
some
so
shame receipts.
weird. It's so weird for me when people are like, you can't talk to someone that you once dated.
Oh, yeah, I
once. like, why not?
Why
Like,
not? Yeah, it's completely different. Yeah,
completely
people
different
There's a
put on
reason
situation.
we're not together.
They
You
use
know?
Yeah.
weird, like rose-colored glasses
Weird. It's
for their
weird.
like past, and it's like,
Yeah.
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 Like,
I definitely
But
don't on this.
there's also like a group of people, and I think maybe we don't. Well, I know maybe we don't identify with this. We definitely don't. There are people who get stuck in high school.
Sure.
Who
Oh, for
maybe
sure.
are the same people
Okay.
that they fucking were in high school, where high school was the best time of their life.
Right.
Who would be a little bit more prone to reconnect or be weird about
Sure.
reconnecting with
and I
people
think
from
if
that time
that's
period.
if that's the case, then I understand that. I think if you are not that person, then you shouldn't have that much apprehension about like
Right.
connecting with someone. If they display themselves to be that way, then you know to cut that shit off.
Right.
But
Yeah,
like
no shit.
otherwise, it's like, why does it matter?
I can think of a couple strong examples of people
Yeah.
where I'm like, wow, like you
Peaked at high school.
peaked at high school,
Yeah.
and that is literally like
So sad.
you're living there.
Yeah.
That's so
25
sad.
years later.
Thank
I did
God.
not peak in
Me
high school.
neither.
Me
Oh,
either.
God.
Not even.
I was at my
close.
worst.
Oh, the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like people who are like, I'd go back and relive my. I'm like, not
Why?
not even if you fucking paid me $1 million would I go back
I
and
was
relive
so
fucking
awkward.
high
I'm the
school.
same. A million's a lot, and like
No,
you know, but
not
I
worth
wouldn't do it. Yeah.
No, not worth it. And the reason is because, you know, to be fair, like I didn't have a ton of friends, and I always felt like I was this awkward person, and I picked on all those things, and which does lead into the story a little bit, because I had a lot of that anxiety of like, oh, they're talking about me, that, oh, you're talking about me.
Yeah.
And he and I had gone on this really awesome trip. We drove to DC from Ohio. It was actually a lot of fun. And his brother was in the military, and he was in the Old Guard. So he would do I don't know if you guys know what the Old Guard is. It's they do the changing of the guard at the National Cemetery.
Right. Okay.
So we went to visit his brother in the military, and his mom came, and his younger sister, and we'd met up with them there. And literally, I just was so insecure at the time. And you talk about things that like will wake you up in the middle of the night. This is so fucking long ago. I had to be like 19 or 20. This is so fucking long ago, and we are in DC, and we're and I had kind of I know I was having like a bitch day. Like I was just like, meh, and he and his mom were like kind of over talking. And I was like, you don't have to talk about me. I'm right here. I am literally like cringe thinking about it, because I'm
Christina
like,
and I
there's
just had
100%
exact
there's
same reaction.
100% chance they probably were not talking about me.
Oh,
at all.
definitely not.
were.
I know.
And
I
remember
like that
it wakes
young,
you up. It
wakes me up
you
in the middle of the night. This stupid, like probably they don't even remember it, right? But to me, I still am like, what the fuck was wrong with me? But I know it was that insecurity of being like, oh,
I remember something
Oh.
changed my life that a friend of mine said to me one time. Like, she said to me, no one is ever noticing you as much as you think that they
Right.
are.
Yeah.
And that's truly
It is
the
so true.
truth. It's
Yeah.
like, you think anytime of course, we're the centers of our own universes.
Of course.
Right.
And so, like, you think whenever you're in a public sphere that everyone is noticing everything that you do. You think it when you go to a yoga class. You think it when you're,
oh God,
you know,
everything.
you always think that. And like the truth of the matter is, everyone is so absorbed in their own shit that no one is
No one
ever
cares.
looking at you. They're
my
never
God.
thinking about you
It's
as much
just
as you think they
so-
are.
And that mother, like
So-
as an adult,
Oh, I
must
know.
have
was
She's
been
like,
what the fuck?
What
I
the
know. And I know
fuck?
she was like, you're dating this fucking psycho bitch. You know what I mean? Like, I just am
Don't
like,
have to talk about me. I'm right here.
oh my God.
Yes, that's fucking
Oh,
hilarious.
See, my shame receipts aren't even wacky and fun.
But it
They're
will
fucking
change-
just
That's
shameful.
hilarious.
But
It
I
will
have
change
another
your
great
whole
little
life
sidebar
if
to
you
that
just-
story too, which is that on the way home we had borrowed my boyfriend at the time, his dad's truck, to drive back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on the way home, it was like we were like getting lots of really bad fumes like the whole way home. We were fucking laughing.
You were high.
High as the fucking kite. I was singing. Had the windows rolled down. It was raining. It was like, that's the time I actually realized that I was like, oh, I can sing. I was
No,
it was funniest thing ever. Oh my God. It was so funny. But that
That's
is
fun.
the worst. Oh God. And by the way, that same mom is who I met Aretha Franklin with. We were in
Aw.
Cleveland for my birthday. That's somewhat of a shame receipt too, so you'll enjoy this. But we had met, we went to this restaurant. Oh, no, we didn't just go to a restaurant, right? So it was my birthday. We went to an Indians game. I'm a fucking huge Indians fan. We had, after the game, we were like, let's go to Red Lobster because that's what you decide to eat when you're like 20 years
Of
old.
course,
And
you
you're
think
like,
it's
let's go to
fancy.
this fancy restaurant called Red Lobster. I don't know if you've
Cheddar
heard of
Bay
it.
Cheddar
biscuits.
biscuits,
Yeah.
the best
Oh.
biscuits
We're going to go to
ever.
this really fancy restaurant. You may have heard of it.
Oh, Red Lobster. I've heard
Um,
Beyonce is a fan.
But apparently Aretha Franklin's a big fan. And so every time she never flew. So she would drive from Michigan. Like, so when she would go to New York, she would always stop there at this. And we're standing outside and the bus pulls up. Somebody goes in. I'm not even paying 2 bits of attention. My boyfriend, his stepdad was like, that was Aretha Franklin. I'm like, okay, sure, it was Aretha Franklin. Okay, yeah, all right. We walk inside, fucking hot pink jumpsuit, hangs her fucking
Love it.
way.
I love it.
I'm like, I have to meet her. I go up to her. You want to talk about a shame receipt? Crying immediately.
She's
Can't
probably
fucking
so used to that, though.
She's just standing there like, what can I help you with, dear? Like, I am crying. His mom was like, can she have your autograph? I'm so embarrassed.
No, but
Right.
listen. That is so
She's the queen of
understandable. That's so understandable. And also, she is probably so
Yeah.
used to that. Like,
Right.
people probably, or was so used to that.
I know.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
But yeah, I mean, people
She
probably
was
went
so
up to her
fucking nice.
constantly with that kind of reaction.
That
Because
is the one. We got so many celebs into my last job, but I mean, so many
Mhm.
huge names.
Ryan Philippe's all day, pancakes
Well,
upon pancakes.
right. But yeah, I mean, it was every single day, multiple times a day. But the one that shut the entire restaurant up, literally silence, when he walked in the door was Stevie Wonder.
oh.
Yeah. There's
I mean,
something about
big
it. Energy.
Isn't Brian's mom
Yeah,
friend like married to him?
like that. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, literally the entire restaurant, just like, I mean, that is a whole nother level. There's
Yeah.
celebrity, and then there's like
Icon.
Legend.
icons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Aretha Franklin
Is
is
a
one
fucking legend.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh,
so
God.
the fact that you were like in tears, no shame here
Oh.
at
No,
all.
at all. Like, and you
None.
know that she,
None.
like, yeah.
Oh
you know,
God! I called my dad from a payphone, by the way, because that was that time.
Yeah. No, I got no shame on you for that.
I saw a payphone in Burbank the other day, and I was just like so thrown by it.
Yeah, you're like, wait, what?
Why?
those things still here.
Why?
Where was I that I
Who
recently
needs
saw one
this?
too?
Actually, no, I know who needs this, and I will say this about someone who I know and love very dearly, who I will not
yeah.
even reveal my relationship with, because I don't want to embarrass her. But she went through a bad breakup recently, and I went and had coffee with her last weekend, and she was telling me how. And first of all, this is a really fucked up story. I could tell the whole thing, but it's very long. But at the end of their relationship, he was kind of a dick, and he had sent her. You know what? Fine. I'll make this one of my shorty stories. Okay. So
go for it.
she told me that they'd been on and off for a while. He was kind of one of these really like spiritual guys. Had a beard, had a man bun.
Ugh,
Vegan,
I'm throwing up in my fucking mouth right now.
You know, he was one of those. And
I'm all like, he sounds hot. I don't
take
understand.
that for what you will. And they had kind of on and off, but it's her first guy that she was really like, I'm in love with you, right?
Oh, bless your heart.
And they'd had some kind of falling out, and she went to go visit family in Las Vegas. And she was in Las Vegas, and she hadn't heard from him in a couple of days, and it was Christmas Eve, and he finally calls her, and he's like, hey, I really want to make the effort. I want to make this work. I love you. Let's do this thing. Like and she's like, do you mean that? Because if we're going to break up, now's the time.
Right.
Because we haven't talked in a couple of days. Like, you know, now's the time to do it.
Let's
if
just
you want to do
rip
that.
this
And he's
Band-Aid
like,
off, right?
Right.
and he's like, no. I really want to make this work.
Ugh, I hate this guy already.
Right?
I'm
So-
pre-hating.
Right. So they, the next couple days are great. They're talking on the phone. And by the way, he was supposed to come home with her for this time, and they'd had that falling out. and all of
they
that. So
didn't. Okay.
they didn't. And so she's there on her own. So they're talking all the time, though, the next couple of days. It's good. It feels really good. She feels really confident about it. He's like, I'm going to make an effort. I'm going to show up for you. I want to be there for you. She's like, great. So the time comes when it's like 10:30 at night. She's going to be flying back to LA like 6 a.m. And he calls her at 10:30 at night and says, I'm not going to be able to pick you up from the airport. You can Uber, right?
Okay.
Which is shitty because
Yeah.
when you're
it is
Yeah.
shitty. Well, how many months have they been going out?
9
Okay, yeah, 6
to
months.
a year,
six after 6 months, you're
9
obligated.
9 months to a year.
You're
And
obligated.
Listen, and you're not obligated, but if
I
you'd
mean,
already
Chris
said
never picks me up from the airport.
no, but if you'd
but
already
if he'd
said you were
he
going
would.
to do that,
Yeah.
and it's 9:30, so now you have to make arrangements. And I fucking hate getting Ubers from the airport. It's truly the worst.
I do it like every week.
I know
so,
you
like,
do, but you do it. You travel every week,
I
and
know.
like for people who
I
don't
know, I
travel
get
every
it.
week, I fucking hate LAX. Period. So
Right
to
on.
me, that would piss me off.
Yeah.
Already, I'm already
Yeah.
pissed off.
Yeah.
and then it's
and you're already on shaky ground.
You're on
And-
shaky
and
ground.
this guy,
That's the place.
needed to be like
You needed to step up.
show up,
and
literally
truly
figuratively.
to me, and I don't know how she feels. She was pissed, but I don't know how she feels. But truly to me, I've said this to you, Cassie. To me, LAX is like, if I had to, I told Anthony this, I'm like, if I had to create a hell for myself, it would be being stuck in that traffic leading up through LAX and having to do that fucking loop
yeah,
around LAX
like
for the rest of eternity.
Yeah.
That would be my hell. I hate it. So
You're like, no.
they're already on shaky ground, and he's like, I'm going to show up for you. And then the first thing he does is not pick her
Not
up from
show
the
up
airport.
for you.
yeah, yeah.
So she's mad about it, and like they talked for a little while, and then she said something about it, and then his response was, "Oh, are we still talking about this?" Which fucking no.
Yeah, we are.
So then they had some kind of like altercation fight, and then they just didn't talk. They didn't talk. She got home, took an Uber back, whatever, all of that. Didn't talk for a couple days. She's, of course, like, I'm not going to be the first one to break this silence.
yeah,
So she's in class. She's in law school. It's like one of her last classes of the semester. She has her phone up on her desk, like screen facing forward, so that she can see if he tries to call her or anything, because they haven't talked in
my
a few days.
God.
And she's like,
I know that
I
level.
want
know
to
that
be
level
like
of
this, right?
desperation.
I do.
Right.
I do too. And it's not that. I fucking hate the text game. I fucking hate that you have
the chicken
to,
game of like, who's going
the
to break?
chicken game.
Yeah.
Exactly. Who
Yeah.
breaks first? Who texts first? I hate it. I hate
'Cause
not
it's so
being.
fuck- it really is
it's
immature.
so stupid, and it's really
stupid.
immature.
It's stupid.
It is.
And she's in class. This is the last class of the semester. And she gets a text from him. Big long text while she's in class.
Ooh.
Breakup text.
Oh.
He broke up with her via text. And in it, he's like, I'll always be your friend.
No.
I'll always
go
be there
fuck
for
yourself.
you.
Fuck you.
All of this shit. So she
9 months and a text.
Nine.
No.
It might have been more than that. It was like 9 months to a year.
Oh,
He'd met her
No.
family, like all of this
No.
stuff. He'd gone,
You don't
seen-
break up in a text.
Right. So she goes to her dorm. She's like, I break down. I'm sobbing. But of course, she's not trying to convey that via text. So she's like, can we talk soon? And he's like, yeah. Yeah, girl. Sure.
Yeah. No.
Then he blocks her on all social media and her phone number.
What a
So
fucking
she-
chicken shit motherfucker.
So she can't even call him. So this is what made me
That
think
is very
awful. It's
it's
awful.
awful, but it's also very suspect.
It's really weird, and it's also really like, I felt so bad for her because she's so smart. Like I said, like fucking law school. She's like one of the smartest people. She's incredible. And she was like, this is what love can do to you. Like she was diminished so far that she fucking felt like she needed closure so
Yeah.
badly. And
Well, there
she's
is no closure in that.
That's a Black Mirror episode. That's
Really?
a Black Mirror episode where they take blocking to the whole next level, where you can actually block that
Oh, that's
person,
right.
where they
Oh
can't
my God, that's
they can't even
right.
fucking see you or whatever. And you become obsessed with it because you're like, I
Right.
just
Want to
want
talk to
I just
closure.
need closure. I mean, and
just
especially
need face to face, like and
That's what happened. So, like, even, 'cause especially after that person has said to you, like, I'm always going to be your friend or fucking whatever.
exactly. It's like, you're
And
full of
she
shit.
did this thing. And listen, she did this thing. She went and found a payphone.
Oh my God.
Because she was blocked.
Yeah.
Her number was blocked. And she called him on this payphone.
That's what payphones are for now.
And
There
she
you go.
did it. And she did it a couple of times. Like she like called him like several times until he finally like unblocked her and was like, she's like, listen, I know you don't need it, but like I need to see you like face to face
To get this closure.
just to fucking like be done with this. And so
Did he finally man up?
he did. They met like in a public park. They did like a lap together. But he did this thing that I fucking hate that you would expect from a man bun with a beard. Seriously. No, but for real. Like he did this thing that I fucking hate where he's just like, I just really don't think that this is healthy for you. Like you need to find peace within yourself.
You need to go fuck yourself so
and
hard.
I'm just like, I fucking hate you so much right now. And she then said, like, she was like, and
But that's the closure she needed.
well, she said the closure came because she's like, I don't understand because I was trying so hard, like, not to cry, have this conversation with him, and he didn't seem to be affected at all. And she said the closure came whenever I was sitting in my car and I watched him walk past me, and he was like looking at his phone and smiling, and I was in my car like devastated, like
Right,
you know,
crying.
having just had this interaction with someone who I thought meant so much to me, and it looked like it didn't matter
At all.
to him.
Ew.
And that was like, I mean, at the end of the day, that was the closure she needed. But like,
Yeah.
And then it's done. And it's just like, just man up and do it in person.
Yeah.
At a certain point, like if you've gone on more than 3-4 dates, like I think you at least need to, well, let's think about this. If we've been on 3 or 4 dates, maybe like a phone call is fine.
Sure.
Or even a text at that point is still fine. But if you start dating for like a couple of months, you should at least.
yeah, they were dating for 9 months to a year. He had met a large portion of her family. She
Yeah.
went to law school with his sister. Like they,
You do that. You
He-
do that
he'd
face
been
to
to my
face, you
house.
piece of shit.
I don't know if you guys ever met him, but he had been to my house.
Huh.
When I lived at my other apartment.
Oh. The haunted
Um,
one?
No, the
Oh.
one between the haunted one and the one I'm in now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he'd been over there. So I'm like, I'd met him, like, he'd been around long enough that.
Yeah. He was
it's-
incorporated in her life.
And he called her on Christmas Eve to be like, I love you. I want to make this work. Like, fucked up.
Fuck you,
Fucked
dude.
up.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
great.
not really a Shorty story, but
No,
Yeah.
that was fucking
a
great.
payphone related story.
Yes. Okay, well mine is not payphone related, but mine is one of my favorite ones. This is senior year prom date story.
Oh, good.
We got this one from Reddit, and he says, my senior year prom date. Like all good stories, let's start with a precursor. I dated the daughter of an overbearing Catholic deacon my senior year.
No, thank you. No gracias.
Who made me read a book to date her.
No.
After we got caught making out on her front lawn.
There's homework. There's homework.
Here's your homework.
No,
Homework.
I'm not interested.
Here's the book you have to read. It's the Bible.
I do have to actually
All of it, cover to cover.
I have to look it up. He did send me because I was like, question number 1, sir. What was
What
the name of the book? And it's like the title of it alone is just like fantastic. It's like Catholic something or whatever. It's really like funny. Okay. But she was the definition of a Catholic closet freak.
Oh shit!
I know this.
She's whipping out that Britney
Girl-
Spears uniform
girl-
in private. I see.
I went to Catholic school too. I know exactly what you're talking about. From fire escapes at school to the back seat of my parents' SUV while they were driving.
Ow!
We did everything but have sex.
Oh my God.
The night of prom was uneventful until we left our group's late night run to the 24-hour IHOP. As I was driving her back, we decided to go, quote unquote, parking at a soccer field near her house.
I love everything about this.
everything.
This is so, like, are we all back in high
Yes,
school right
and
now?
it's
100%.
amazing.
I'm like, switch out IHOP for Denny's, and this is me.
Yeah.
Like,
I was going to say
legit.
TJ's, but
Yeah. So they're parked at the soccer field near her house. We were in the back seat of my father's Camry, and things are getting hot and heavy.
I totally lost my
Until-
virginity in a car.
Really?
I mean, mine was on a park bench by the Olentangy River.
Holy shit.
Mine was in a bed, you fucking freak. What's wrong with you?
Anyways.
A park bench.
It was concrete, man. I think I saw the scar on my back.
Oh my God.
Pretty sure. I'll have you guys check when we're done.
Oh God.
Okay. So they're in the back of the father's Camry. Things are getting hot and heavy until her father, who was tracking her phone, sent a text asking, "Why are you guys stopped?" She proceeded to freak out and turned white. She then began to make the motion like she was going to throw up. So I reacted, cupping my hands as she puked on me and everywhere near us.
Well,
Why
there's
is
a
there
good
always
excuse.
so much puke in our stories?
No.
Oh.
We only had enough water in the car to clean her up. So as I dropped her off,
Oh.
her father met us at the door.
Well, you have vomit on you, so I think there's a good excuse.
I was shaking in fear of getting punched. Her
my
father
God.
went on to grill me for 10 minutes. Somehow I won him over, and he reached out for a handshake. With remnants of the puke still on my hands and sleeve, I shook the man's hand after saying I wasn't trying to bang his daughter.
Oh,
I literally
my.
got cock-blocked by an iPhone app, and she's now a lesbian.
Oh God.
So there you
Oh.
go.
Oh my God.
Oh, I find that. I also can I just say, like, I find that whole culture of like you're literally stalking your daughter to be so gross.
So it's senior prom. She's getting plowed in the backseat
I mean,
of a
that's when I got
Camry.
pregnant.
I mean, come on.
and even like
Exactly. We're all getting plowed in the backseat of a Camry.
well, I wasn't.
You didn't bang on your senior prom?
No. Did I even go to senior prom? Oh, I did. But I was homeschooled, and actually, here's a funny story about my senior prom. I was homeschooled, and I still wanted to go to senior prom with my friends.
Uh-huh.
And so my friend at the time, I had to go with someone who was in the school, right? Because I couldn't show up.
Right.
So my friend's boyfriend, quote unquote, asked me to senior prom. So I was technically his date.
Right.
And then she went alone.
Right.
But, you know, they really went together. But he still bought me and bought her corsages.
Hey, class act.
It
to
was
that
it was so
guy.
sweet because it was really just like it was just so to get me in the door. He really didn't have
Right.
to do any of that. I just
Aw.
wanted to go to prom, and he bought both of us corsages. Which
Hey,
was
What a
really
sweetie.
whoever that guy is,
Shout out.
A plus. Shout
Evan,
out to that
Evan
guy.
Rippey, shout out to you. I think you're married now. Shout out to you.
Oh,
Aw,
shout
that's
out
sweet.
to Evan. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
A+ effort.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
exactly. All right, Cass.
All right, let's see. Oh, I'm so unprepared. Sorry,
No,
I didn't pull
it's okay.
it up. Ugh. I'm like, I'm just sitting here listening. Like,
Kicking
no big,
it.
no big deal. Just
NBD.
Right. So this story comes from one of our followers on our Instagram, or I'm sorry, no, Facebook group. He had actually written a couple stories in, and I was like, dude, share your stories. And he did say to us, he said he's responding to our post on our page about the bad date story. Here are a couple. So he's given us a few, and he's like, feel free to use them on your podcast, but not use my name. And I was
Okay.
like, absolutely.
Got it.
Done and done, sir.
Great.
When
Shit
I
is
was
good.
living in Houston, there was a lady that leased some salon space from me in our building. She introduced me to a masseuse and said, you guys need to go out. I was single at the time, and so I thought, okay. She had already met a bunch of friends, etc. All after some interesting, he puts in quotes, incidents. I figured the best course of action was to not see her anymore. He doesn't go into detail, but what he does say is two of my friends said, why aren't you seeing this person anymore? He says her name. I told them that she was BSC. They asked, what is that? I said, batshit crazy.
crazy. Yeah.
And that I didn't need a Mrs. Claus in my life that wanted me to have sex with them on Christmas Eve with my friends not knowing, but in the same room type of situation.
Why?
What?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even like a 100% no on that. I'm just like, but why?
Yeah.
Why? What do you mean you're not 100% no on that?
I mean, do what you want. You can have whatever weird fetish you want to have.
Sex in front of your friends?
Well, if they're asleep, are they asleep? I
don't-
assumed they were asleep.
Oh,
No?
At a Christmas Eve
see,
party?
I'm gonna say, like, you know, like, everyone's let your freak flag fly.
for sure.
I
You know,
agree.
For sure. I got a little bit of an exhibitionist streak in me.
I know, but I don't know if I would do it in front of my friends.
No,
I
but
have a shame receipt involving that as well, but I'm not going to.
Yes.
So do I. Okay, great.
Oh.
Good. We're
Okay.
on a good place.
We're
I
in
am
a good place.
I'm going to let you know that I am not going to fucking record that, but I will tell it to you later.
All right, I'll tell you
It's-
mine.
It's a strong shame receipt.
Oh, okay.
I will tell you.
All right.
Anyway. Anyway, fast forward
I'm
about
bursting
5
at the seams right now.
Fast forward about 5 years later, I get an email from a friend, and all it said for the subject was "Adios, Fox," with a link in the news article. This is the original, isn't the original one he sent, but he sent us a news article. She had stabbed her new boyfriend that she was living with multiple times with a stiletto shoe and has been on Snapped 2020, etc.
Snap.
I replied with a "see, told you she was BSC."
Oh my God. A stiletto shoe, is that not every man's worst fucking nightmare?
Cringe.
Ew. Ow. They're too blunt to stab
I know.
with.
That is a hard hit. If you can stab somebody with a stiletto, that is a real hard hit.
No shit. That's
Ugh.
insane. That's
no
fucking
bueno. No bueno.
disgusting.
That's fucking crazy.
I don't like it.
I know, like
Okay, so I'll tell you, look, this has been a real fun shorty for me. I haven't had to like read anything. So I'll tell you, since we were just talking about that,
Oh God,
my
you're giving our shame receipt.
my shame receipt that does still kind of jolt me up in the middle of the night. Okay. So
Yeah.
one time I was working for a salon. I was a receptionist and working with really fun, awesome people. And one summer, it was Missouri, and we were like, let's do the owners of the salon, who I never saw, were like, we will fund a camping trip for you guys.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So all of us, the entire, like, not the entire salon, but a lot of us were like, let's go on a camping trip. Bring your significant others.
Let's go camping in the spring.
That would be amazing.
Let's
I would
do
love to do that.
it.
I
We're
love
doing
that
it.
shit. And Missouri camping involves like you go camping and then you'll spend like 2 days and then you'll go floating.
Yes.
Like one
Yes,
of
yes,
those
yes,
days.
yes.
Loading is
So
the best.
you get out on the river in
Yeah.
a canoe or a kayak
Yeah.
or just an
tube.
inflatable, a tube.
Yeah.
And it's super, super fun. I love canoeing. You drink.
Yep.
Yes, as Christina is demonstrating in front of me, you drink, especially on the river in Missouri. Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
give a fuck. They're like,
No.
you can
Yeah.
drink as much beer as you want, essentially,
Yeah.
No.
while
Get it.
you're canoeing.
Yeah.
So I went with my boyfriend at the time and my dog, and we went with all of my coworkers.
Oh.
Okay. And my boss at the time, the manager of the salon, she made I think 2 giant coolers full of jungle juice.
Oh, I know you were going to say that.
I'm 20
Oh.
at this time and drank on the river
Yeah.
and then drank a shit ton of jungle juice.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
And mind you, our tent is very close to the fire, like to where everyone's sitting around.
Where is this going? I love it.
My tent does not burn up, so
Okay, good.
that's not what happens.
Okay.
but you know, that's to demonstrate like
the
everyone,
proximity.
the proximity
Everyone is
to
hanging
other
out at
human
the
beings.
fire.
Correct.
Oh
I know where
my
this
God.
is going, and
So-
I love
So you're saying
it.
this is not a soundproof tent?
You know, in my brain, I may have thought so because I was like, at like 9, I'm like, okay, we're gonna go to bed.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
We're gonna
yeah,
go.
you are.
We're gonna go to sleep.
Yeah. No one believed it.
We
at all.
Did not go to sleep.
No, you
No,
didn't.
no, you didn't.
and
Everybody
proceeded to
knows.
have very loud sex
Oh my God.
in the tent.
Yes.
The next morning, I'm like, well, whatever. I was drunk,
Yeah.
and I'm like, meh, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. And then I got to work on Monday, and I can't remember what was said. It lives in my memory.
Somebody was
because-
like, Keegan, hey, Keegan. No.
no, but someone said something, and I think I said something about, like, you know, could you guys hear us? And they were like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
And I was just like,
Cringe.
oh, no.
And
And you have to understand, I'd probably been having sex for less than a year. I'd probably been drinking for less than a year. It was not something that I
Cringe-worthy.
was like, I'm into this. I want people to hear me. This is awesome. It was so, like, I wanted to, and I'm at work.
crawl up
I
and
wanted to,
die.
like, sink into my skin.
Did you
Right.
hiss though?
Oh, I hiss so loud. So much hissing.
Everybody just passes by her.
They're
Oh,
like, what's
that's the
happening in
worst.
there?
I've never seen that in a million years. Like everyone's got their like orgasm thing or whatever, but I mean it's I mean we're all like legit. We're all like or whatever, but
Well,
it's like
I told
I'm
you
pretty quiet.
my friend I'm
No,
not
it's hard
I'm
for
not
me to be
I'm not
quiet.
quiet. I'm quieter now than I've ever been.
Yeah.
But my friend listened, and she listened to that episode, and
She's like, I know
messaged-
that guy. No.
She, oh my God, me too. No, she messaged me about the hissing, and then she told me, she's like, my ex-boyfriend did something super weird too. And I was like, what? Because I knew him. I knew who she was talking about.
yeah.
And she was like, he would scream like a woman when
no.
he came. And it was like
No.
a high-pitched
No.
squeal.
Nope. Nope.
And
Nope.
she's like, I remember the first time it
No.
happened, I was on top.
No.
And he did it. And I just looked at him like, oh, that's my job.
No.
What? She said it was like a soprano, like
Oh, no.
screaming.
Oh, no.
Can you imagine?
I love people's like orgasm things.
Oh.
Like
It's weird.
It's the fucking
I'm
best.
not gonna lie.
That's
I'm like the
best.
cliche, like I'm done. Yeah.
For you or for
Yeah,
the guy?
maybe.
Oh, for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Chris too. I mean,
I know. Handyman's is pretty good. His is.
I mean, like when
his
you're like
is
a
legit.
grunt or like
Yeah,
That's
but
it's
I,
like
fine
a
to
grunt,
me.
and it's
but
That's
a
good.
scream.
it's always like oh fuck.
Okay, yeah,
That's
Yeah,
good.
it's like,
acceptable.
that's
A
great.
scream is
Acceptable.
bad. A hiss is
A
very
hiss
bad.
is very bad. That's so weird.
A scream is also bad though. If someone like screamed like
lady
a
scream.
banshee, a lady's banshee scream,
I gotta know for that.
it's a hell no.
Mm-mm.
I can't even with that.
Imagine being on
Oh,
top and
God.
looking down, and it's just like,
You're immediately done. There's no coming back from that at all.
Right. Hopefully she came first.
Yeah, no
'Cause you're
shit, because
done.
you're done. There's no, yeah. Okay, so this is a first kiss story. I'm on this kick. I promise I'm getting off of it soon.
no, I
but
love it.
I'm,
I love
like
I'm
them.
just
high
in,
school first
I'm
kisses.
in this very like innocence kind of place. So yeah. Okay, so she says, I met a guy at engineering summer camp when I was 17.
Wait,
Engineering summer camp.
I don't even know what to say about that. That sounds
I know.
fucking amazing.
I know.
I'm like that. What kind of summer camp?
I know, that engineering summer camp.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Neither of us had dated before.
Cute. At
So
engineering
cute.
summer camp.
I am seeing everything
Yep.
about this place and these people. We were inseparable during the weeks of camp, but it was super innocent, just holding hands and sitting next to each other. When our parents came to pick us up, we hugged goodbye. This was our first hug. We lived in different states, so after camp ended, we went to our homes and started a long-distance relationship. Oh, long
I
distance.
love everything about this story.
17.
That's so cute.
Later this summer, we exchanged our first I love you. We were both obsessed with each other. So many emails, instant messages,
Yeah.
phone calls. Oh, and you
Early
like
2000s love.
you have the cordless phone too, not like the cord you have to stretch into your room. Oh, it's so cute. The first time we were reunited after camp was Thanksgiving break when he flew out to stay with my family for a week.
Oh, serious.
We hugged when reunited, but our first kiss wasn't going to be in an airport in front of people.
Yeah.
that first after they're not exhibitionists.
No.
All of us
No.
apparently. So
Our first kiss will be in private, behind
Exactly.
closed doors. Thank you very much.
like a lady.
Like a lady.
That first afternoon, we went to Dollar Video to find a movie that we could quote unquote watch together that evening.
I'm going to cry over the innocence of this
It's the
story.
cutest
Dollar
thing.
Video. After my family went to bed while we learned how to kiss. One of my friends was working when we entered the video store and she knew the situation. She gleefully directed us to the romantic comedies.
Oh.
We wandered awkwardly around the store for a while. We were both feeling shy around each other. Eventually, he suggested Shawshank Redemption.
Honey, it was going so well. You should have seen my face. I was like all starry-eyed, fucking Puss in Boots eyes.
Yeah, you
Guy,
were.
I'm like, have you met my friend Christina?
I
Because
know.
I want to watch Zodiac and make out with you.
I know.
So I'll watch Shawshank.
I love
Why
Shawshank.
would he? I love
However-
Shawshank,
however-
but I'm not trying to learn how to kiss to Shawshank.
No.
I know. Well, I mean,
And why is that in the romantic comedy
Why?
section?
Sounds like she said, I just wanted to pick something, so I agreed. My friend threw a face of confusion as we checked
She's
out.
like, I set you up. I put you
Yeah.
right in
Why?
front of
What
Meg
is
Ryan
happening?
and Tom Hanks. What happened right now?
So that night, we learned how to kiss while watching Shawshank Redemption. We were very bad at kissing at first, but we learned. I've still never properly watched Shawshank. I did marry the guy, though. Celebrated our 11th wedding anniversary this year. We should probably rewatch Shawshank Redemption on one of our anniversaries.
Oh my god, that is
I'm gonna cry.
sweetest.
Is that not the best story
That's
you've ever
the
heard in your
cutest
fucking
thing I've ever
Oh,
heard in my
life?
whole life.
That is the
Shawshank
sweetest.
Redemption? I'm like, there's so much stuff that I love about that story.
Everything.
I cannot even. It's the best story.
Oh my god, that is the fucking cutest
I'm
story
so
ever.
pleased. That was
I am
amazing.
too.
Oh, what a great way to end the shorty.
I know.
You planned that, didn't you? Christina?
I
She's
did.
like,
I was
I'm
like,
gonna go.
I'm gonna go
last.
last. Exactly.
That's good call.
You know,
Good
I
call.
wish I had someone who like taught me how to kiss. Because I
Yeah.
didn't. And you know what? Actually, I had a guy like try to teach me how to kiss, but he did it wrong. He taught me how to kiss wrong. And then
I
I
met Anthony and he was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
stop doing that. Yeah, no, he taught me how to kiss wrong. And then like I brought that into other like makeout sessions and they were like, "What are you doing?"
What's that?
And I'm like,
Yeah.
he told me this is what you're supposed to do.
I
Oh,
know.
no.
It was
some,
wrong.
Some people get really lucky, and she's one of them. I just think there's so
That is
much.
the fucking
That's
sweetest
the
story ever.
best story. So thank you so much for sharing it. And if you have a story, be it short or long, please email us at myworstatepodcast@gmail.com. We want to hear it. We want to share.
Spill it.
We love you guys so much. So we will see you next time.
Cheers.
This is a Glass Box Media Podcast.